Hey everyone, I welcome you all to Unikaksha's YouTube channel. This is Ashwini from Unikaksha. Friends, in today's session, I'm going to explain you about the Java source file structure. So before going to start with the topic, let's first understand how Unikaksha deals with number of courses and what exactly Unikaksha is. So Unikaksha is a digital education provider which deals with number of certification and skill enhancement courses. Here, we have a team of experienced academicians and industry experts who delivers the sessions on universal curriculum to train the students on the in-demand courses. Our main areas are data science and machine learning, artificial intelligence, full stack development, Java, Python, AWS, Microsoft Azure, robotic process automation, digital marketing, and many more areas are there. So, now let's get started with the topic that is Java source file structure. Friends, all of us try to write some Java programs, and many times when we are trying to execute it, we stuck up with very common and some silly mistakes through our programs, which we have done in our programs. So here in this video, I'm going to explain you about the important factors related to Java source file structure and the things which we have to take care when you are going to write the Java program. So let's get started and understand what exactly are the main things which we have to remember. Now, many programmers come with some confusion, like they have a question in mind. So, how many classes you can include in a single Java program? So, if you are thinking one, two, three, or a specific number, then you are wrong. Because in Java, there is no limit to add the classes in a single Java program. It means you can add any number of classes in a single Java program as per your requirement. So, this is the main thing which you have to remember. That is, while writing the Java program, you can add any number of classes in a single program. Now, the second question arises, that is, if we are adding multiple classes into a single program, then which class name should be given to the program? So again, you might be thinking that for the class which having a main method, name of that class should be given to the program, but it is not necessary. Now let's first understand this with an example. Here I have included a very simple structure of a Java program. So here I have included four classes, class 1, class 2, class 3 and class 4. And the name I have given, that is main1.java. So if you are including multiple classes in a Java program, then it is not necessary that you have to specify a particular class name to the program name, because if your classes are not public, then it is okay, you can give any name to your class. Like for example, I have given here main1.java as a program name. I can replace it like unikaksha.java or any other like demo.java, or any name I can give as per my choice. Now let's first understand how it can be executed. So I have saved this file, and now I'm going to open the command prompt where I can execute this program. So the first step is I have to compile this program by using Java C compiler, that is Java compiler. So I'm going to execute it. Now the steps are Java C and name of the program you have to write, that is main1, then dot Java extension. So it has been compiled successfully. So here, two things you have to remember. The first thing, that is, when you are going to write a Java program, then n number of classes you can include into a single program. And the second thing, you can give any name to your Java program. But now the twist is here. The twist is the second question, that is, how many public classes you can include into your program. So someone gives answer, most of the times my students give answer like you can include or you can add n number of public classes into your program. So this is wrong, because whenever you are using Java, then you can include only one public class in a single program. That is, you can add at most one public class in one Java program. At most means here you can either include 0 or 1 public classes into your programs. Now let's understand this with a program. Here I have included number of classes. So here, whenever I'm going to include the classes in my program, then I can write the programs and I can make one class as a public class. So here I will make my class 1 as a public class. So I have made it as public. Now I'm going to execute this. So first I have to compile this. So I will compile this like Java C, and name of my program is main1.java. Now it has given me error. Before some time, when I have compiled this program, then it was compiled successfully as it is shown here. But now if I am trying to compile this, then it is giving me this kind of error, that is class 1 is public and should be declared in the file named 1.java. Now what is its meaning? Its meaning is whenever you are going to declare a class as a public class in your program, then the name given to that particular program must be name of that class which is public. Okay, so that's why it is giving me the error. Now if I try to replace the name from main1.java to 1.java, then it will definitely execute. So this is the second thing which you have to remember. That is, whenever you want to include public classes into your Java program, then you can include at most one public class in one program. So, and whenever you are writing this public class, then definitely you have to give name of that public class as a program name. Remember this always. So this is my program, and the public class I have written, that is name of the class is 1. Now I have changed the name of program as well. So I have given the program name that is 1.java because my public class name is 1. Now if I try to compile this program, then it is not giving me any kind of error. So it will be displayed like 1. It will be compiled successfully and it is not giving me any kind of error. So this is the second thing which you have to remember. That is, whenever you are going to add the public class in your program, then the program name must be the public class name. And second thing, that is, at most one public class you can include in your program. So remember this always. Now the next thing, next question, that is, how many main methods you can include in one Java program? This is the most widely asked questions in the interviews, and most of the people fails there and they give answer that is only one main method can be added in one program. So this is the wrong answer. You can add multiple main methods in the program. Now here the scenario of creating class file changes. How it changes, that we will see now. With an example, I will explain this to you. So this is your demo1.java where I have included 3 classes. So as I told you, you can include n number of classes into your Java program. And if there is no public class included, then any name you can give to your Java program. So here I have given the name that is demo1.java. And I have included 3 classes, 1, 2, and 3, and I have written 3 main methods for each class. So here in main method, I'm going to print hello students. In second, that is for class 2 main method, I'm going to print how are you all? And in class 3, I am going to use println statement in main method and I am going to print that is let's get started. Now the name of my program is demo1.java. Now let's check how it will execute and for which class the class file is created. So here I'm going to compile this program that is demo1.java. So it has been successfully compiled. Now, if I try to execute it, then it will give me the error. The error is could not find or load main class demo1. Now, why this error has come? It is because for demo1, we have not written any kind of main method. So that's why though the name of class is demo1.java, it is not going to execute this program. It is because you have written main method in different classes. So now let's first understand how it can be executed. So compilation you can do with demo1.java, but if you want to execute it, then class wise you have to execute. That is, I can write like Java 1. So it will give me the output for Java class named 1. If I try to execute Java and second class name, then it will display me the output for second class. If I try to write Java 3, that is name of my third class, so it will give me output of the class 3. Now whenever we are trying to execute this, then it has separately executed the classes. It means that whenever you are going to write multiple classes in your Java program, and if multiple main methods are written for that, then it will create the class files separately for each and every class. That is, class 1, it will, for class 1, it will create a dot class file, that is 1 dot class. It will create a dot class file for 2 dot class, and it will be creating dot class file, that is 3 dot class. But it will never create a dot class file, that is demo1 dot class. Remember this always. So if we check into our folder where the program has been stored, you can check that we have written this demo1.java file, so which is available here, and its uh, extension is .java. But if you try to search for demo1.class, then it is not available here because it has not been created. But if you try to search for 1.class, then it is available. If you try to search for 2.class, then it is available. And this 3.class is also available. So this is how the class files are created for the classes where main method is available. You have to remember all these things very clearly. Now, the next thing which you have to remember, that is, whenever you are trying to create one class as a public class. So I have created this class as a public class, and I am trying to create the second class, that is class 2, as public. Okay, so I have added two classes as the public classes, and now I'm trying to execute this program. So it will give me the error first, that is, if class 1 is a public class, then name should be written, that is 1.java, and then it will generate the second error. If I replace the name, that is 1.java, then it will give me the second error, that is class 2 is also a public class and it should be in 2.java. So remember this always, that is, only one class can be a public class in one program. So these are very simple things which you have to remember while writing the Java programs, because most of the times it happens like we make some common or silly mistakes while writing the programs in hurry. So always you have to remember these kinds of things. So this was all about the Java source file structure. If you like this video, then please like, share, and subscribe our channel. Thank you so much. And stay tuned with us at Unikaksha.